Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing how I personally set up my own shadow. So my shadow is pretty bad right now, so I'm gonna clean it out and set it up again. So what you will need for this is, well, your shadow M or your 6x6. I think this should work on most 6x6s, and then you'll need like a silicone lube. So I'm using Traxxas 30K. I've had the best results on big cubes with this lube, and then like a paper towel to just clean off the stuff in your cube. So first, well, you have to disassemble it. Now do keep in mind, this is gonna be quite a lengthy process, as well it's a big cube and you're gonna have to be wiping a lot of pieces. So just keep that in mind before starting to do this. So after you've taken it all apart, just put all the pieces aside. So what you have to do is, well, just clean up your core. Make sure to clean under these parts, like the rings, under the rings and on the rings, because lube does go there and it affects the performance of the cube actually quite a lot. And since I've set up my shadow before, I won't be lubing the core. So if you have a new shadow, you would have to lube the core like under the screws so that there's less friction. So after you're done with the core, like after lubing it and everything, just put it aside and we'll start wiping the pieces. Okay, so after you've cleaned out your cube, you want to take your core, that's been cleaned too, and then take your lube, and you want to find, so you see the rings right here, you want to put lube in that around the entire ring. Like that, right? And then just bring it up and then spin it around the top. And then do it with another side. And now you start reassembling it. Smacks in the future, just a side note that you do need to lube the rings for every center, or else it's going to be inconsistent, because you know the lube has to go under there to reduce friction and stuff and make the cube perform better. Assembled the cube up to this point, you're gonna want to start lubricating things. So first thing you want to do is you want to take this central edge piece and lube right here, here, and in here. So like this. And this is going to be on both sides. And you're going to want to lube these parts. Come on, focus. You're going to want to lube, oh my goodness. You're going to want to lube these parts, like the flat parts of the large internal piece on both sides. After that, you're going to want to put the edge piece in the cube like that. And then put these small edge pieces, just assemble them the way you would normally do. And you're also gonna wanna put the center pieces back into this area over here, just so it's not annoying later to put them back in. So once you've done this, you're gonna wanna take your corner and you're gonna wanna lube right along these edges and on the base. So there. Here. And then on here, focus like that. After you've done that, you're gonna want to put a little bit of lube on the pieces, just a little, and put it back into the cube. So after that, you want to put the edge that's under the corner in, like that, and then put the edges over here in. After you do that, you want to put the center pieces here, and then you want to take the inner edge and then apply lube onto this flat surface. So right there, on this surface right here, on these contact points, on this flat side, which is basically all the contact points. There, and then on the piece itself, like that, and that. So after you do that, just put it in the cube. And the same thing with the last piece. Just lube all the contact points. So here, here, on the corners like that, over here, especially on this part, and in here too. And just put this in. Do keep in mind that this is going to take a long time to break in. So you're gonna have to do around like 10 to 15 solves to get it to a reasonable speed, and to fully break in it's gonna take a lot more. This entire process took around, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, so it's quite time consuming, but I think the end result is gonna be worth it. And after that, just break the cube in. So just spread it around, turn it, and you'll end up with a good product.